Yeah.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Good evening. My name is William Mann. I'm the mayor of Temple City. My colleague here, Tom Chavez, is one of our council members, and our Mayor Pro Tem, Ed Chen, just stepped in. We're very happy to have you here. One of the things that we always emphasize here in Temple City is to encourage our residents to take an active role, a proactive role, in the public safety of our communities. Public safety doesn't just begin and end with our wonderful sheriff's team that are here today with us. It actually starts with you, because you're the eyes and ears in your neighborhood. You know your neighborhood better than any of us. And so we need the help and cooperation of our residents to really help us understand what's going on. So as something that we always say in all of our neighborhood watches, if you see something, say something. It's a simple way to remind everyone that your role is just as important as ours. So the fact that you are here, perhaps not just for the delicious tacos, but is to help get a better understanding of what you can do to make Temple City a safer place. So having said that, I do want to let my council members to say a few words. Tom?
Thank you, William. Well, hi, everybody. I see a lot of familiar faces out there and a lot of new faces, so that's good. As William said, we need your help. There's no question about it. I want you guys to understand that if something does happen, you always can contact City Hall. And you know what? If you can't get anything from City Hall, the three of us are always available as well. We will be very responsive. We will do what we can. And don't hesitate to contact us, because we take this very seriously, as William says. And, I'm going to introduce Mayor Pro Tem now, and he is also law enforcement, so he's well aware of what's going on and lends his expertise to us as well. So let's welcome Mayor Pro Tem up to the front. So, yeah.
Thank you, sir. I'm Ed Chen, Mayor Pro Tem. Really happy to be here and see what a great turnout we have here. Wanted to share with you, I spent 17 years as a Sheriff Reserve Deputy volunteer. I think many of you who are volunteering your time to be here today, there's nothing more valuable than your time. I mean, anybody could write a check and sponsor something, support a cause, but your time is something you cannot get back. So again, appreciate you for being here, participating in our neighborhood watch once and again. I'm a huge fan of the Sheriff's Department. I think there's nothing like it. As a city that contract law enforcement services, we really have a really amazing level of service from a really, really large department, but we also have our dedicated team that really provide that personalized service as if we have our own police department. So having both worked as a reserve deputy sheriff and also a full-time police officer, I can tell you the difference is great in the way that they address crime and address quality of life issues. And I can't be more proud than the team that we have here in Temple City. I worked as a reserve deputy while many of them are just spent their time here on patrol, and now they're in a specialized assignment helping us here in our city. There's no harder working group of guys that are working here as your dedicated team. So again, thank you for spending your time here with us this evening.
No, who are we turning over to now? Who's going to start off?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, there we go. Deputy Felix.
Hi, how are you? I'm Deputy Felix. Deputy Felix, I'm with my partner, Deputy Brewery and Deputy Swartz. I'll be starting off the slideshow here. We're going over a couple of things. Our discussion topics for today could be calling 911 procedures and what tips to give, residential burglaries, emergency preparedness, crimes of opportunity, traffic awareness, and then we'll be answering questions at the end, okay? This is the crime statistics so far for 2026. These are the last 4 years to 2026 so far. So I believe the statistics are on the slideshow there as well. So far we're trending slower crime rate than the previous years did. Current crime trends, so we're trying to focus on what we're seeing a lot of burglaries and larcenies, which are thefts. particularly in unlocked vehicles, which we're going to be covering later on in the slideshow. What we're doing to stop reducing it is proactive patrol. You'll be seeing us driving around park for high visibility, driving through the shopping center primarily to avoid any thefts. You'll see some decoy vehicles. You'll see us stopping some who are riding Las Tunas, parking lot and stuff like that. And then of course our area watch meetings like today to spread information, statistics and ways that we can help each other and yourself, okay?
911 emergency, please, you're being recorded.
Do you know what happens when you call 911? Let's take a look. All 911 operators are Florida State certified and ready to help you through your emergency situation until emergency responders arrive. Your 911 call is automatically routed to the law enforcement agency in your area. Once the 911 operator knows what and where the emergency is, emergency response units are dispatched to the location. While the emergency units are on the way, the operator will continue to ask questions to get specific details about the emergency and may give you specific instructions to follow. It is very important that you stay on the line with the operator and answer all the questions to the best of your ability. Don't hang up until the operator instructs you to do so. This is the best way to ensure the correct emergency assistance will arrive on the scene. All the information is forwarded to the emergency responders so they are prepared when they arrive on the scene. The goal during every 911 call is to get the correct emergency response to the correct emergency location as quickly as possible. As a 911 caller, you are a very important part of that process. Listen carefully to the 911 operator, answer all the questions to the best of your ability, follow any instructions given, and don't hang up until you are instructed to do so.
Okay. So calling 911, when you call 911 and you're within this area, it goes to our Temple Sheriff Station. That's where our dispatchers receive your 911 calls as well as the phone calls to the station. So it'll go directly to our station there. And so when you call 911, for whatever reason you don't know your location or anything like that, we do have a system that can ping your location. If a situation where for some reason you can't remember or anything like that, we may ask for landmarks or anything like that, but we are able to get some type of location through that ping. But obviously, if the exact numerics of your address or where you're at helps to better respond to you. So when you call, you want to talk, call me clearly so we're able to hear your location or what's going on, whether it be a medical emergency or an actual crime. Your location we just spoke about. The dispatchers may, the questions that they ask are, they may seem like a lot of questions, but it's better to help the responding deputies to your location so they can send either a helicopter or other units to look for this individual or how to properly kind of coordinate the call. Okay, so I know it may seem when the emergency is happening, they may feel like they're asking a lot of questions, but it's just to better know what's kind of going on, the resources we can send you. Listen and follow instructions carefully. They may ask you to, when it's a medical emergency, they may instruct you how to properly give CPR or life-saving measures. In the case of like a crime or anything like that, they might guide you to safety or what to look for, what not to do, and stuff like that. And whatever you do, not hang up. We want to keep in contact with you at all times, whether the person or suspect or is still there or just left, or where your exact location is, if you moved or you ran away or anything like that, or in case of a medical emergency. And you can also text them.
Text 911 is now available in Los Angeles County. If you are unable to speak or if it isn't safe to do so, text a message to 911 as you would any other number. You'll be connected to the nearest 911 dispatch station, which will coordinate emergency response. whether you need police, fire, or an ambulance. Text 911. Call if you can, text if you can't.
Okay, again, so for our text 911 system, once you text it, again, it goes straight to our dispatch. They'll be able to text you back. For whatever reason you can't call, you're still able to communicate with the dispatcher there, okay? You can text your address, we'll send somebody there. We can ask the questions, anything like that, medical, crime, or a couple tips here for burglary prevention.
Good evening, everyone. Right now, I'm just going to be going over ways for burglary prevention, just how my partner just said. Some of the things when we're investigating and to deter people is having a well-lit house. That's always good. Having lights that activate, motion activation, having cameras around the residence is also huge. What we're also finding out too is everyone's electrical panel is outside on the side of the house. We highly recommend you guys to get a lock and to put a lock over that. What we see a lot of times is people, these suspects will go to the side of the house, open it up, turn off all the power. So if you have any cameras, any of those lights, they are all off. What we've seen a lot with people that do have cameras and that lock, they're on the side of the house, they see that it's locked, and they'll just leave right away. They already know that they're going to be spending too much time trying to get that lock off and to go inside that house, so they just leave. So that is a big way to deter people from trying to go into your house. Also, the number one thing is just your neighbors. We work in the city, we know it, but you guys know your neighborhood more than anyone else. So if you see anything suspicious, please do not hesitate. That's the number one thing. If you call, dispatch will put in a call for service and we will be there, okay? So that's a big one. Mailboxes, if it's possible for mail theft, to get a lock on your mailbox. And just how I just kind of said, a lot of times people leave their garage doors open a lot too. People can see what they have inside their garage. They see big, high valuable items in the garage, and they're gonna know that they have more stuff inside the house. Another thing too is don't open the doors for random strangers, people that just knock on your door. Inside the city, if there are people that are going up for, like, say, pest control, AT&T, they already have to contact the city just to be within the city to sell that like merchandise or whatever they're trying to sell. So do not open up the door, just ask to see their ID. You could always call the station and we can see that they're actually allowed to be inside the city. Again, if you have a safe, safes are great. You have a question, ma'am?
Yes, how about like cable companies that I need to access to the backyard to install the line for the neighbor? How do you do with that? Usually I don't open the door. I say no, I don't have an appointment with you. I'm not going to open my gate for you to access to my backyard.
Yeah, so me, I wouldn't, like the gas company, I don't open up my side gate for them. Other people do. It's always hard because people can make fake identification, right? But if you kind of see if they have a big Edison truck, and they're actually working, more than likely they're legit. When in doubt, you could always say, all right, stay right there. I'm going to call the cops to come out. We will come and we'll actually verify if they are actually working with Edison or with Spectrum or anything like that. Mm-hmm. So you could just be like, okay, just go wait on the street. I'm going to call the sheriffs. They're going to come and verify it. If everything checks out, then we'll let you know and it's safe. Another thing is that we see people, they have safes, right? Safes are good, but if they're not mounted to something, then safes are kind of pointless. When we see a lot of people, they keep high valuables inside safes, but they're portable safes that they can just pick up and move. So we do recommend if you are going to keep valuables, keep them in a safe that is locked down. But just try not to keep high values of cash. Keep it in the bank if you can. And also another thing too is now this day and age with social media and everyone posting, if you are going to leave, don't post it really on social media. Hey, we're going to be out of town in Europe for the next month. People are following that on social media and they kind of know that you're going to be gone. If you do leave for vacation or anything, you can call the Temple Sheriff Station, say when you're going to be gone, and our dispatch will send out patrol checks and we'll periodically check your house.
What's the number to call? That's the number.
Yes, ma'am. Yep, that's the number right there.
The contact information is also in the packets.
So just how I kind of said, report any suspicious activity. Do not touch any items unless directed to do by so. This is, unfortunately, if your house does get burglarized, don't touch it because we can come out and try to get DNA. For instance, today I was out doing some investigation. I was in plain clothes, doing some stuff, going through bushes, trying to find something. 3 residents came out of the house, saw what I was doing, went back in. I was there for around 30 minutes. No one called the police. No, I definitely didn't look the way I was looking right now. But if you see something suspicious, someone on your neighbor's yard doing something, call the cops. Don't hesitate. That's what we're here for. We're here 24/7. We're here to help out the community. So if you do see anything, please call the cops.
If I may interject. The thing is, if you don't call, and he ended up being a criminal, he knows this neighborhood, nobody cares, and he'll be back. So it was your neighbor's house this time, it may be your house next time. That's why when you see something, you gotta say something. Not just for your neighbor's sake, but for your own sake.
And let me say one part of that. Don't think that we'll never show up. If you do call our station, everything is recorded and we get a call for service tag, we will show up. Again, we may have other emergent calls pending prior to this call, but we will show up. So don't think that we'll never show up. Again, sometimes it might be too late, but we will always show up. So don't ever think that we're not going to show up for any reason. We will show up.
Also, another thing that a lot of people kind of brush off, but it's very important. If unfortunately you are a victim to burglary or robbery or anything like that, and you do have a piece of item, like say a jewelry, anything that is serialized, please know that and have that all documented, okay? We add that to the report. The reason why that is important is if someone tries to go and sell that, it's in the system that it is stolen, and we can try to tie them to that crime. Or if we do a traffic stop and we're going through stuff and we see something that is stolen and we run it in our computer system, it'll come back stolen. So a lot of people, they just kind of brush it off, but it's very important. If you do have anything serialized, please know it. Especially nowadays, I know I'm talking about burglaries, going off a little tangent, e-bikes. If you guys have something like that, a bicycle, try to get the serial number and have it written down, because that can get inputted in our system as stolen and we can try to find the suspect. And these are just some of the links that my partner will go over.
Thank you, Deputy Swartz. Hi, everyone. My name is Fernando Carrillo. I'm a CSO for the City of Temple City. My partner over here, Steve, is also a CSO.
What's a CSO?
It's a Community Service Officer.
Thank you.
We are a big help to the sheriff's deputies when they have a lot of calls pending. For example, if the deputies are on a hall call, so that's a burglary in progress, or perhaps a Grand Theft Auto kind of call. If you call at the same time saying that someone just broke into my car, or I found out that my house got broken into, myself or Steve can respond to your location a lot quicker than the deputies who are on the hot call. And we can take your report, we take your information, and who knows, maybe that information is relayed to that deputy at that moment, and he has that person. So feel free to ask us any questions after the presentation. We'll be sticking around. Going back to the links that Deputy Schwartz mentioned, if you want to stay up to date with things like crime stats or emergencies going on around the city, please make sure to check out this website here. It's Crime Blotter. This is a list of weekly crimes that occur in the city. You can also use crimemapping.org, and it shows you pinpoint locations in the county of where crimes occur, and it'll give you a short description of what that incident was. You can also report anything to the city of Temple City, for example, any parking issues, things like street lights being out. That can be the lights are used to deter suspects from casing into their home or possibly breaking in. So, please contact Temple City via the request tracker. and a call for service will be placed, and we will have our public works crew get out there and fix that light for you.
Let me jump in. There's a difference, so don't forget, there's two difference. The Temple City Crime Request Service is for non-criminal report, like nothing criminal, okay? So just to give you guys a heads up, that's nothing criminal. It's just strictly with the city matters. If the tree fell, there's something blocking the roadway, but it is not anything for any criminal report, okay? Just want to make sure everyone knows that don't report that.
Again, this is the number for the sheriff's station. This is the non-emergency line. It's going to be in your packet. Obviously, we know 911 is the emergency line. There's also some other numbers and resources that we provided for you in the packet. If you have any animal control calls or issues, you don't have to call the city. We will place that call for you. But if you want to contact San Gabriel Humane Society, they will have a better response team for you. If you have any issues with dead animals on the street or possibly a coyote roaming the area, so please give them a call. So now I'll go over.
Hi everybody, my name is Lucy. I'm a volunteer with the City of Temple City. I'm a CERT member. CERT stands for Community Emergency Response Team. And we typically are, we would be deployed if a major disaster were to take place. After we secure our own personal safety, our home safety, our neighborhood safety, then we will be deployed to the city to assist first responders who are going to be very shorthanded. And I'm here to give you a quick presentation about disaster supply kits. How many of you know about the San Andreas Fault? And how many of you know we are well overdue for a massive earthquake? How many of you are prepared for that massive earthquake? Okay, that's not what I would like to see, but okay, at least you're honest. We do live in earthquake country. There are earthquakes every day. Some we don't feel. Hopefully we never feel the big one. The estimated magnitude of that earthquake is anything from 6.8 and up. 6.8 is a very destructive earthquake. If that were to happen, you cannot count on city services, you cannot count on first responders, you're gonna have to rely on yourselves and your neighbors for at least 10 days. What's going to happen is the first responders are gonna be shorthanded because they also probably live in earthquake country, as we do. Are they even gonna be able to get to their workplace to respond? If they are able to, they have to take care of in places that are more emergence, for instance, hospitals, schools, depending on the time of day that earthquakes happen, schools, churches, locations where there are mass gatherings. So their focus is going to be there while you and I are going to be stuck trying to figure out how to survive this. So it is very important to be prepared. We typically suggest people to have a plan. It's good to have a plan drawn up before a disaster happens, but sometimes with a minor disaster like yesterday, how many of you got the alert to stay sheltered in place because of the fire?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
On social media.
Social
media, not anything I got on my phone.
Okay, that's very interesting. I actually got the alert. That is a test to see if you're prepared for a shelter-in-place type of disaster. And that can help you figure out, okay, well, if I wasn't ready for it, then what can I do to be prepared the next time? Obviously, you're going to want to be able to have enough food, water supply. If you take medication, you need to have enough medication. Good thing it was just a short day. It wasn't days on end, but people remember that disaster, that hazmat situation in Orange County, where they evacuated hundreds of thousands of residents and had a lot of people shelter in place. Those people were sheltered in place for days. So what are you going to be short on? What are you going to need in order to be able to shelter in place? And if you have a fire or if you have an earthquake, how do you meet up with your family? What do you do? If it's a house fire, how do you escape? These are all things that you need to have in your disaster plan and an escape plan. And if you have families, obviously we're not always going to be together, so you want to be able to have a meetup point somehow in the neighborhood where it's safe. So make sure that you incorporate all of these into your plans. And supplies. Well, we talk about having supplies in 3 different places. One at home, one at work, and one in your car. The home supplies, it could be broken down into several types. You can have a personal go kit. This is when you have to evacuate from your home because your home has been deemed unsafe to continue to be in. Every person in the household should have a personal go kit. Don't share because you don't know how long you're going to be gone. And you don't know if the resources I'll be honest with you, there is no city on this planet that is going to have enough shelters for their residents at any given point. And you have to take into account people who don't live in the city that are going to be in the city at the time. So there are not going to be enough shelters. If you have to evacuate, you may be placed in a temporary facility where supplies are not going to be readily available. So have in your go kit things that you're going to need. If you take medication, have at least a week of medication, have your medication list, have the dosages, everything. So when the shelters are set up, you can then give that to the nurses that are going to staff them, and then they can help you get additional medication. But very important things that you need. Water. You cannot survive without water. You can go days without food, but not days without water. So make sure we recommend people to have a gallon a day. In your go kit, you probably can't have too many, but just at least have some water with you in your go kit to carry you through the beginning stages of being evacuated. Have power. Everybody's got a cell phone, a tablet, something. Make sure you have a charging power bank. There are a lot of solar power banks that are pretty handy. Have a radio that you can check the weather, like a hand crank or one that can run on the solar power. You can have some food, have some emergency cash. Make sure you have them in small bills, because if you only have large bills, guess what? You're going to pay $100 for a bottle of water because they're not going to give you change. ATMs are going to be down, banks are going to be closed. Have whistles. Whistles are something that you should probably have on a daily basis. I have a whistle tied to every one of my keychains. Just in case I ever get trapped anywhere or something suspicious happens, you can whistle. Yes, and he won that. I think, did you win that here? Oh,
Giveaway.
Okay, yeah. A whistle is a great thing to have on you at all times because you can only yell for help for so many times, and if you're not a loud person like me, people aren't going to hear you. But a whistle is piercing and people will hear you. So these are things to consider to put in your go kit. And you can also have what we call a shelter at home kit. Depending on the number of people you have in your household, you should have enough water or food or supply for at least 10 days. I know that sounds like a lot, especially water. It sounds like a lot, but you can find a good storage point, not in your closet, not in your garage, somewhere where if something were to collapse, part of your building were to collapse, you can still access it. You can, divvy out your water throughout the house, just make sure that you can still access it. So have enough food, have some, cooking utensils. If you're a camper, how many of you are campers here who love camping and outdoors? That gentleman is already prepared because he's got all this. If you camp, all the stuff that you use for camping will help you when you have to shelter at home. Okay, so you have to consider tents. If you can't go to a shelter, and I have a deep backyard, I'm going to be busting out my tents and I'm going to be sheltering at home. So those are things that you can consider. You have a kit at work. For those of you who still, aren't fortunate enough to be retired, if you still work, make sure you have a kit at work. Have a change of clothes, comfortable shoes, have some water, some snacks, whatever it is, flashlight. And then if a disaster were to happen, when the coast is clear, take your go kit, and then you're going to have to make your trek to wherever you're going to go. Another one is have at least some comfortable shoes, some water packet. I don't recommend the plastic bottles, but you know what? When you are in need, any water is water. We can worry about all the plastics and microplastics that we eat in later on. But have water, have comfortable shoes, have flashlight, in a backpack in your car. So if you were to be stuck in the middle of the road during a disaster, stay in your car. When the coast is clear, get out of your car, grab your stuff, and then start trekking to where you need to go. Yeah. Wait a second. How do you work this thing? Wait, where? Oh, I don't want to go to the next one. I want to go back to. Oh, I'm not done with this. Well, okay, we'll just. And if you have pets, make sure you pack stuff for your pets. Don't share. Again, you don't know how long you're going to be on your own. Don't share. Pack stuff for your pets. If you have elderly, consider that. Consider their needs. If you have young ones, consider their needs. Pack a toy, something that makes them comfortable, because they're going to be scared. So take into consideration the members of your family and pack accordingly, or prepare accordingly. Hazard mitigation. This is things that we can do right now. For instance, how many of you have a ceiling fan over your bed? I hate to tell you, when the 6.8 were to hit, that ceiling fan, if you're in bed, it's going to come crashing down and it's going to hit you. So you may want to reconsider how you lay out your bed and stuff like that. But if an earthquake were to hit and you're in bed, cover yourself with a blanket. Don't suffocate yourself. Cover yourself with a blanket. And when the shaking stops, get out. Here's another kit to have. It's called By the Bed Kit. Get a small drawstring bag. Put, if you wear glasses, put a spare pair of glasses, put a pair of shoes, your flashlight, and tie it to your bedpost. The reason why I say tie it to your bedpost is if you put it underneath your bed, when that shaking happens, you're going this way in the bed, the bag is going this way, far away from you, and the glass has broken. Your windows, whatever it is. Are you going to be able to reach that safely? No. So tie it to your bedpost so at least it goes with you as you're shaking along with the bed. And then once the shaking stops, put on your shoes, put on your glasses, get out. But if you have a lot of glass, if you have things that you hang over your bed, some people like to put picture frames over their bed. You can maybe secure them with earthquake putty or earthquake secure hooks. Just go around your house. How many of you have cabinet hooks, like child-safe locks on their cabinets? So that's something you might want to consider. During an earthquake, all of your dishes are going to come flying out. You can buy earthquake-specific cabinet hooks. Those are expensive. Or you can buy child-proof ones. So I regretted taking off mine when my kids got old enough. I went back and I bought more and have them installed. Those come in really handy. Just make sure, these are called mitigation measures. Things that you can do, go around your house, walk around your house and see, what if this were to fall on me? Or, things that could fall, secure them. Just basically, that's all this is. It's securing things that could fall. How many of you learned about the earthquake brace and bolt? Or have heard about the earthquake brace and bolt? If you want to look online, Google earthquake brace and bolt. I don't know if they have funding right now, but I was able to get a grant. You have to apply when the money runs out. You just have to wait. You could be put on a wait list. That's a structural mitigation where I actually got money to get an engineer to come out and braced and bolted my foundation. So that's something you can consider. You can get trained. You can get CERT trained through the LA County Fire Department and learn all this stuff that I'm sharing with you. Or you can go online to American Red Cross and learn first aid, CPR, something like that can come in handy post-disaster. Are you ready? Yeah, well, I already know that answer. How many of you are going to start putting something together after tonight? Or consider? Well, you're halfway there already. Yeah, you really need to, if you want to survive a disaster, you have to be ready. If you're not ready, these guys are going to be busy. They're going to be tied up. But first, they have to be able to come to work.
Disasters can strike at any time. You may need to survive on your own for several days. Preparing an emergency survival kit with your own food, water, and other supplies can keep you and loved ones safe until help arrives. To assemble your kit, put your entire disaster supplies kit in 1 or 2 easy-to-carry containers such as plastic bins or a duffel bag. Here are the must-have items. Water. Make sure you have at least 1 gallon per person per day, both for drinking and for sanitation. The more water you can fit into your bin, the better. Food. Choose non-perishable food, something that can be eaten right out of the can, like vegetables, pasta, or chili. Don't forget a manual can opener. Flashlight. Make sure you have extra batteries.
This is the No Weather Radio, all hazards.
A weather radio. A hand-cranked radio is best, but if it takes batteries, make sure you have a fresh set. There are even some radios that have flashlights and USB ports for charging devices such as cell phones. A fully stocked first aid kit. Check expiration dates each year and replace anything that is expired or soon will be. Be sure not to forget about your pets and your little ones. Remember to include diapers, infant formula, medicine, bottles, and any other necessary essentials for your children. For pets, keep extra food, collapsible bowls, and medicine with your kit. And speaking of medicine, keep several days' worth of any prescriptions and over-the-counter medications in your kit for all members of your household. Once you've assembled your kit, be sure to store it in a cool, dry place like your kitchen pantry that's easily accessible to all members of the household. Check your kit every few months to ensure expired items are replaced and that the kit is updated to meet any new household needs. After assembling and storing your home emergency kit, consider assembling one for your workplace and your car. You never know where you'll be when a disaster hits, so you need to be prepared no matter where you might be. For a complete list of items and ideas about how to build your kit, visit ready.gov/kit.
Don't get hurricanes here, but we do have to worry about wind, fire, and earthquake. And we kind of went over the disaster supplies kit, the type of things that you should have. Now, you can get emergency this is from the city of Temple City. I don't know why you guys didn't get that county alert, but if you want to get any emergency alerts from the city of Temple City, text alert TC, the text alert TC to, this is where you would put in the phone number, 888-777. And I believe if you subscribe to that, you should also get our crime blotters. Yeah, so if you subscribe to alerts from Temple City, you should be also receiving either text messages, emails, or both regarding any new crime blotters that are posted. The video mentioned ready.gov. Ready.gov is a great website. It's a federal government website. It has a lot of material. If you have time, go to that website, download stuff, and read through them. They're very useful. Red Cross also has information. Red Cross's website actually sells pre-prepared disaster kits. They're not cheap because part of the proceeds do go to benefiting the Red Cross so they can continue to do their humanitarian work. Or you can put stuff together yourself. Cal OES is California Office of Emergency Services. FEMA, of course, Federal Emergency Management Association or Agency, they also have information. Shakeout.org. How many of you have participated in the Shakeout.org? So every third Thursday of October at the corresponding time, so let's say if it was 10/23, October 23rd, then at 10:23 a.m. we would have a shakeout pretending that a massive earthquake hit, and you know, practice your drop, cover, and hold on. Earthquake Country Info, they also have a lot of mitigation or be prepared videos that you can watch. Earthquake.lacity.gov. These are all really good resources. So make sure when you have time to read up, watch, or learn about all these things. All right, I'm done. I will be around if you have any questions about kits that you want to put together.
Thank you, Lucy. My part is going to be crime prevention, crimes of opportunity. We're not saying every crime is an opportunity, but don't make it easy for these criminals. Crime of opportunity means pretty much these criminals come by and you just pretty much leave it out for them to take your stuff. For example, one of the main ones that we have is vehicle burglaries, which is when, you know, you leave an item in your car, they break your window, and they take whatever inside. It may be no value to you. It may be just a bag of, you know, Tupperware. It could be your shirt, jacket inside a bag that you just put in the car, a diaper bag, whatever it is. But that's considered a crime of opportunity, because has anyone ever had a brand new car that had nothing inside broken into? I know it's a little joke, but it doesn't happen. Crime of opportunity is because you left something there that somebody wants. It may be nothing, like you said, it's nothing. But because We have kids, we have family, we're in a rush. You know, guys, we have a bad habit. I don't know what this is. This is back in the day. But men love to take their wallets out of their pocket and leave it inside their car. They leave it on the side of your door, the glove compartment. Women love to leave the purse. Kids leave their backpack. Little things like that are all a crime of opportunity. Because when they're just walking by your car, they look in, oh, look what I just saw. And criminals just take everything. And sometimes these criminals win the lottery. There's times that we've had people just go to the bank, leave their wallet, purse, they're just going into Starbucks. Whatever they just withdrew from the bank, they left it inside the car. And it's stolen. That quick and easy. And these crime opportunities for vehicle burglaries, less than 30 seconds. They're in and out. People won't even know what happened before the items get stolen. They will be gone before you can even call 911 or get your phone out. That's how quick these vehicle burglaries are. And that's, again, crime of opportunity. Don't give them the opportunity to take your stuff. Here's a little video.
It may seem like common sense, but leaving valuables in your vehicle is risky and is a prime opportunity for thieves to break in. Many vehicle burglaries are crimes of opportunity and temptation. Thieves can see your possessions in the vehicle and decide to help themselves. Avoid this by keeping valuables out of sight, or better yet, removing them completely. You can hide items in your trunk, but be sure to remove them once you reach your destination. Together, we can work to reduce this crime within our city.
So again, these are all crime opportunities. When you're at the bank, be careful when you're at bank, even going Costco, wherever you go. Remember, they're watching you, and you won't even know that they're watching you. You can park, they'll be driving around, these criminals will be driving around in a car, and just pick that moment to pick that person that they see that might forget something. Families, most likely families, when you're going to Costco, you know, if you're a single mother or the mother going with Costco with kids, where do you leave your purse?
The basket.
The basket. So who do you put in the car first?
Kids.
Kids. And guess what? That person just driving by is just going to snatch your purse that quick. Going to the bank, know where you're going. When you have that little tingle, that spider sense in the back that someone's watching you or following you, they're probably watching you. But you will never know that. When you go to the bank, especially banks, a lot of people are so careless. I wouldn't say careless, please. My wording's a little different. I'm very blunt. It's just so normal. It's an everyday thing. You just go into the bank, you carry this big, if you have businesses, you carry the money bag and you walk in. Criminals see that. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to target you because when you're going to do a deposit or the time you withdraw, they're going to distract you on that withdrawal because you're coming out with this little big bag and they're going to distract you. And they do this professionally. Remember, they are professional crooks. It's not just happened. They targeted you because they saw something that was going to distract you. So just be careful where you're going. If you see someone following you or something coming up to you, pay attention. Don't be on your phone when you come out. That's the main thing. Again, vehicle break-ins. You don't think it happens? I'm pretty sure each and every one of you know someone that has their car been broken into. And was there something inside for them to take? Pretty much yes, right? No one's ever said that they broke into my car and there was nothing in the car for them to take. There's always something that you left inside the car. Or, some of us leave it open. We forget to lock the car. And that happens a lot, but it's not considered a vehicle burglary. It's considered a petty theft because you left it unlocked. And it would elevate to a different crime, the value of what was taken in. And I don't know if any of you have the crime blogger that know, just this week, we had 2 to 3. I think this month we've already had 3 or 4. And there were unlocked vehicles and people just left MacBooks in the car, jewelry, everything. And it's that simple. And you know, we don't want, like we said, crime opportunity. We wouldn't think anyone would take it, right? We just parked it for 5 minutes. We went to go eat our lunch. There's always that person that we never know who they are. You know, you live in a great city. You don't think crime's going to happen, but it does. And these are property crimes. The city doesn't have a lot of what we consider violent crimes or anything else like that. Most of our assaults are mostly domestic. It's nothing to do with like violent crimes, but we do have, occasionally we have one or two. But don't leave your valuables in the car. Be aware of your surroundings, like I said. People are watching. That's why a lot of cities don't want you to park. You know how when you park your car, usually when you park your car, you park the front of the car into the parking stalls, right? Criminals are usually the ones that park it backwards because they want a fast getaway. So when they see it there, that's a fast getaway. So that's why, be aware. If there's people inside a car facing the wrong way while you're walking around, that's that little spider, little tingly thing that, you know what? I'm going to go the other way. Avoid them. Parking is secure, well area. Again, where you park your car. Even your driveway, we think it's secure, but these guys drive around in the middle of the night, checking door handles, breaking into car because what? I'm in my driveway. I'm safe. No, I have my Ring camera. I have everything, but it doesn't capture what you think you need. Because if you look at your cameras, it's in the middle of the dark, and the photo of the person, you're not going to be able to see who it is. You know, it's like a ninja. You know, I don't know if you know any ninjas that you can describe to me, but every single crime that we see, they're all ninjas. They're all hoodied up, hat, face mask, and how are we going to solve a crime for you that we have very little go on? So just secure your property. Package steps. Summer. All of us are going to be home, ordering stuff, your kids, everything else. Be aware of where you're sending your items. If you're not at home, if you're not the one that's always at home, send it to someone that's always at home. Send it to grandma's house. I know maybe a little convenience to drive over to go pick it up, but it does make a difference. If your work accepts you to grab packages, I'd send it to your work because you're always there. Someone's always going to be there. Because when you leave packages home, it's an easy opportunity for somebody to just drive by and take it. And that's, again, crime opportunity that takes less than 30 seconds. And, you know, when you say, oh, yeah, I have a video of them taking my package. Yeah, I saw the car, but we only see the side of the car. Can you tell me what kind of car it was? How many Teslas do you guys see a day? So when you describe me that this person went in a white Tesla, you know, it's not very helpful. It's not very helpful for me to try to find a Tesla in our city. I know I'm kidding around, but that's the honest truth of the reports that we have to get and we have to try to solve. It's very hard to solve these crimes that we have very little to. And 30 seconds, can't even call the police fast enough. Choose, you know, that's what we say when you know where to deliver packages. It's that simple. Because look, it brings other crimes as well. If you see a bunch of packages in the front door, what does that mean?
Not home.
Nobody's been home. That's the key. Next, theft. Again, as you can see, all this is crime of opportunity. You know, keep sight of everything in your property. People leave your kids, they leave their e-bikes in the front yard. Just get home, what do? Run in the house, leave the bikes outside, unsecured. You know, it does happen. You know, leave your phone, leave your jewelry, all that stuff's in your car. Be careful. Why put that stuff in your car? Remember, I only left it for 5 minutes, right? That's all it takes. I'll go into some other crimes. Fraud, cybercrime. Just be aware. I know we do have a high Asian community here. WeChat is the worst thing ever. WeChat, do not believe anything you hear on it. Just like any social media. Get it from a vetted source. If there's any crime in the city, you can always call the station and ask if we can, what's going on. They will let you know unless it's something emergent. Well, we can't tell you. But don't listen to like anyone that sends you an email saying, hey, you know, you owe money to the law enforcement. If you're not, we're going to come after you. The sheriff's department or any law enforcement will not come after you if you owe any money. That will never happen. No government agency will ever come up to you and say, hey, you owe us money. and we're going to send the police after you. We will never do that. Don't share your information. Make sure you know the information you're sending and the resource that you're sending it to. Know all that. Don't be sending it to, hey, email. One of these emails that are good, good one is that when you go on vacation, you know that your family went on vacation. Guess what? For some reason, you got an email from them that says, hey, I lost all my items. I need you to send me $10,000 so I can get home. First question you should be is like, don't send it to them. But hey, why don't you call and verify that? And again, I know it's funny, but people have done that. Make sure you know what you're doing. Email, text. If you don't know who there's calling you, don't answer. Don't send a text back. Plain and simple. That's the easiest way not to. If you don't know it, don't answer. If it's important, they'll call you back. And if it is, they'll send you a text message. Hey, it's me. And then you go, oh, call them back. And again, verification of any bank stuff. If you get an email or something that says from a bank or a phone call saying, I'm this bank, you owe me money, I need the money, I need you to verify it, call the bank. Don't call with the number they gave you. Call like, hey, here's my number. Call this number and you can verify it. Because guess who I'm going to give you the number to? Lucy. And Lucy's part of the crime. Lucy's going to tell them everything. Call the bank with the numbers that are giving you from the banks and everything else that you get online. Not from anyone, a source that they just go, hey, verify it, here's my number. Just like law enforcement. If you don't believe it's law enforcement, Edison, or anything coming to your door, call the sheriff's department. We will come out and we'll verify it for you. And if it's me knocking on your door, if you don't believe it's me, call the station and they know where I'm at. They go, yes, you have someone in front of your door. So that's another key. That's pretty much it. Traffic and pedestrian. I'm going to go through this because we do get a lot of accidents in the city. We're all busy. We're all on our phones. We're not supposed to be on our phones, right? But we are. You know, we're all nice citizens. We don't drive with our phone. We don't get distracted. But we do. Be careful. Busy days. Glad that everyone's here that has time to come here. But look, we're texting on the phone. We're talking on the phone. We've all seen it. Young ladies putting makeup on their home, putting makeup on their face while they're going to work because we're running late to save time. We're the worst ones. We eat and drink all the time in the car because I'm in the car all day long. We get to eat on the go. Again, those little distractions make a difference. Again, some of us watch even videos while we're driving because these newer cars have screens that you can, technology says it's great, but you know how you're not supposed to be watching TV on the screens, but again, they have tools to hack it so you can watch it. So people do it. Playing with the stereo, and this is for the younger crowd. Yes, sir.
Can you go back that one screen about AB 413 daylight? What is that? Daylight.
I'll get into that. Daylight 14 is parkings around the around curbs. Like there's like a 10 feet or 15 feet that you can park around the curb.
Oh, okay.
And that's it. Taking selfies while you're driving. These younger, generations that they have to take a picture of everything they do. So while they're driving. But again, be safe. This is the AB 413. And it says that new law that it's just that where there's anything with the curb that you cannot, it's mostly right turns. Okay, this is going to be all right turns. On the right turn, you have to have 20 feet from the curb line. So to clear it. So that's all that's saying. Anything to your right, everything mostly to your right that has a pedestrian walkway. You have to have a 20 feet parking lot. And that's when, if there's an issue, that'd be a parking issue, that would be in Temple City. You can call the city or you can call the sheriff's department. Okay? And then e-bikes. A lot of you are parents here. We don't see a lot of young kids. But e-bikes are one of the main issues that we're seeing in Temple City and throughout California. You have to know what your kids are buying. You're getting your kids. These e-bikes are very resourceful, but they're actually very dangerous. A lot of parents aren't getting the kids the right helmet for the right bike. Some of these bikes are a little faster than the others, and they're only rated with bicycle helmets. They're not rated for e-bikes. So you have to know what you're getting. Know what style you're getting your kids. As you can see, there's 3 different types of e-bikes. Type 1, 2, and 3. Type 1 I believe, Tech 3 is the ones that go over 25 miles an hour, where you have to be 16 years of age and older with a driver's license to drive. So those are the stations where it's a little over 25 miles an hour. And as you can see, the e-bikes that look like dirt bikes, they are all illegal. Period. You cannot ride them on the roadway at all. Again, when they sell it to you, they are legal. They are. But only for recreational use only. Again, those are faster, and they're not even, some of the kids don't even wear the helmet, correct? Because, oh yeah, we have the helmet for them. Those are straight illegal on the street. That's where you see all the news where all these kids are having problems. This is one of the most difficult things we're trying to enforce right now. That's why we are going to go to the parents. Because the parents, you are going to get in trouble for this. Because if we tell you that this is the bike that your child should not be riding, and we tell you and we advise you and the kids are still riding it, you can actually get in trouble for it, because we are telling you, we're acknowledging to you that this is a dangerous bike that your child should not be rated to drive, and they continue to drive it, you're liable. So just be aware. On e-bikes, that's pretty much it. Just know what you're getting your kids. That's pretty much it on e-bikes. Is that, yes?
How much do people know about that? It's kind of hard to read, but the new law for 2026 that they have to have a reflector or a light. I can't tell you how many times some kids going down the street and you can't see.
The reflectors are mostly for night. Only for night. Remember how when we were in bikes you had the little red things on the wheels?
Yeah.
The brake lights? That's for night. The reflectors are mostly for night. Yes.
I'm talking night. I can't tell you how many times I have almost hit somebody because I can't see them.
Yes.
Because there's no light, no reflector, and of course they're dressed in black.
But again, we're not trying to put the blame on anyone. Parents, you have to know where you're getting your kids. You can't be the one that says, "Oh, I did not know." If you're a parent, would you give your brand new child a race car to drive if she's never had a license before? None of you would give him anything that they were not capable of driving, right? Because that would be dangerous. They're not capable of doing it yet. But yet a parent is buying these kids these e-bikes that go, or e-scooters, faster than their kid can handle. But can I ask you one question? When I ask you, your kid's the one that's doing all these wheelies and everything in the street, you know what some of the parents say?
Not my kid.
Exactly. She said, "Not my kid. My kid doesn't do that." We all have Angel as kids. But I'm going to say I was young at one time. We were all young at one time. But again, it's that responsibility of the parent. You want us to enforce something that is one of the most dangerous things to enforce. Because I do not want to pull over your child on an e-bike, and guess what happens? He gets scared and he falls off. Now who's at fault? Yes. Because what did you do? Over what? Your son riding an e-bike. That's the most difficult part, where we're having a decision of, you have to remember the law enforcement has the letter of the law and spirit of the law. The letter of the law says, hey, for example, every single bike has to have those reflectors. We're going to stop every single person and get everybody in trouble. Every single parent is going to have to go to a police station because each one of your juvies is going to get a ticket. Now, what would you tell me as law enforcement? Don't you have anything better to do than harass my child? But again, we have different people and adults that don't understand that. Because my child will never do anything like that on their e-bike.
Is that what they're going to say when they go to the hospital for their child that got hit by a car?
It never happened. It was the car's fault. It's you as a driver, it's your fault. So that's, again, educate your kids, especially now if you have kids or family that have other kids that you know that they have those e-bikes. You should talk to their families, family and friends, because you're the only ones that will help us. Because summer, kids are all out now. And again, these kids are all getting in big groups, and guess what they do? We all know that when your kids are alone, they're angels, but when we get them all together, they all have fun. So I think that's going to be the end of the slideshow. If you have any safety questions, actually, CHP does do a class for e-bikes to learn how to control the e-bikes, what you're supposed to have. There's the QR code for it, and it's just like the CHP does. I don't know how often do it. Remember, it's all about their budget as well and their availability. But they do have a class course that is online for free for anyone that wants. Okay, so I believe that's going to be the end of our presentation. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll keep on going on. We have a volunteer program. Anyone in this room can be a volunteer for your city or any city. Volunteers drive. They're a white shirt. They wear the white shirt. They go on a volunteer car. It actually is a white car with lights, but it doesn't have the sirens. It doesn't have any of that stuff. You can go out and do volunteer work to volunteer in your city. You could drive around the city and just be an extra eye for us. You're driving around, but it's not as easy as you think. Can't just be a volunteer. You actually have to train to drive a car. You actually have to be certified from the sheriff's department to learn how to drive a patrol car. You have to learn how to use the radios. The radios are one of the most important parts because we don't want you on the radio screaming for help, or if there's, hey, I just saw this running around, you're going to scare us because we have a different way of talking on the radio. You have to be calm enough to let it know what's going on. You're not going to do any law enforcement action. You're just there as an eye to say, hey, you'll call, get on the radio, hey, we just have an accident here. We need deputies to respond, stuff like that. Hey, there's a suspicious car driving. You would call it out so that we would go enforce it for you. They will do no law enforcement action. Or what we have patrol checks. For example, if you're on vacation for this week and you want law enforcement to come check your house you can put that in. Our volunteers will go out and check the house for you and everything else to make sure everything's good. So that's what the volunteer program is. We have a name right here. It's going to be Deputy Johnson. He's in charge of our volunteer program. So if you have any questions, you can call him. And he's in charge of our explorers. So if you have a child from 14 to the age of 21, I think the age out of 21, and want kind of, not a law enforcement career, but the law enforcement background, they have to go through a full academy just like we would, but in a juvenile setting. And they have to get certified to become an explorer. And it takes quite a long time. They get to ride along with it. Only juveniles that can ride in a patrol car with us on duty will be able to do that. So if your kids want to be an explorer, try to do some kind of law enforcement, that's a way to go. So I believe that's the end of our presentation, and we'll take any questions if you need. Lucy, you want to say anything first?
Just a reminder to please fill out your questionnaire. Everybody who fills out a questionnaire gets a raffle ticket. Does anybody need a pen? If you need a pen, raise your hand. If not, I will slowly come around. Just raise your hand if you're done, and I'll come around and collect your questionnaires, and I'll give you a raffle ticket. Go ahead with your question.
Okay. Any questions? Yes, ma'am.
I feel this year, for some reason, I feel that the neighborhood is a lot safer, and what you get from the news is, a lot less crime and stuff. What has changed?
Good question. She's asking that she noticed that the crime trends have gone down. A lot of it is law enforcement activity. We have a DA that's actually filing a lot more crime. They're actually going to jail for a lot of crime. I think that's one of the main reasons you see us out in the field, but it still happens. But I believe that's the one key, and just everyone here, everyone be more active. Knowing the laws when you vote for anything, know what you're voting for. Because like the Prop 36, the no zero bail has actually affected the law enforcement quite a bit. Because don't listen to news where, this guy was, the bail was $10,000 because he just stole, $5 worth of items. It's not that way. Crime, when we arrest people, they're accountable for it. So if there's a zero bail, guess what's happening? I arrest this person and they just go back on the street. Because they have not done a violent crime, they get released back into the community right away. So that's what's hurting the law enforcement as well. But we do have a magistrate where what happened was the Prop 36 has actually helped us a lot. Because anytime we arrest somebody now, if they do another crime and they're charged with it, they'll enhance it to another different level. So that's what's helping us quite a bit right now. So the Prop 36 is helping. If we could actually get the bail changed, it would actually even help more because now these criminals have to go to court. They have to be bailed out.
So less than 950, no jail time is
Don't think about the amount. See, everyone thinks about the amount. The amount just gives it a different charge from a misdemeanor to a felony. So that's what she's saying is the amount that makes a difference. It does make a difference on the misdemeanor and felony side. But we will arrest everyone for the misdemeanor and the felony. So 2 misdemeanors, if they've committed a crime that's $400 and then another one was $500 and another one for $600, if they were charged with those petty thefts, the third one will make it to the felony level. If they did it from the same place and stuff like that, if they were charged. Remember, it has to be charged. We may arrest them, but it's up to the judicial system to do the charges to make them accountable for what they're doing. So we arrest them. You have to remember, there's 2 different. We're the criminal element. We arrest whatever they do for the crime. Now it's up to the judicial system to do the charges and file these charges. We do everything we can to charge and file on these crimes, but it's up to the judicial system that actually finds them that charge. So I hope that understands.
Coming November, anything we need to pay attention to when we vote to enhance our safety.
We can't tell you how to vote and we enhance it, but if you have any questions on each of the props, you can actually go into any law enforcement and just ask questions of why this is this way and vote this way, because I can't tell you how to vote. I can only clarify.
What bills or whatever is coming up that we need to be aware of?
I don't know. We'll have to wait till it gets closer. I apologize. I don't know those questions. Yes, sir.
On the scam call, is there any department charge about any of those?
What was the question, sir?
Scam call on our phone.
Scan code?
Scam call.
Scam calls.
There's so many scam calls.
All you have to do, for scam calls, the most things you can do is call your phone company, I believe, and put it on the wait list, and for them not to give scams. But these scammers have technology where they'll just keep on sending it to you again anyways.
Yeah. My question is, the sheriff department and department charge of this?
No, a scam it doesn't work. If they send you the stuff, it's not a crime yet.
No, it's false. Scam false.
No, it's not a crime. See, you have to understand, it has to become a crime. If you send them the money, then that's the scam. That's the crime. But that's what, be aware. If anyone ever calls you and send you money, or no, that's not a crime.
Okay.
Another thing that happens a lot in our community is a scam and fraud. If someone sends you a check on accident and then you deposit it, and they go, oh, you know what? I sent you $1,000, but I somehow sent you $10,000 on accident. Please send me back the money real quick because I don't want to get in trouble. That is a scam. It happens all the time. So do not do any of those scams and deposit the money. Oh, can you deposit the check for me? I sent it to you on accident. You've already deposited. And then guess what they're doing? You're going to send them the cash and that check was already invalid already. So it does happen. Do we have any other? Yes, ma'am.
About how many deputies are employed in the city? And how many cars patrol at night?
Well, ma'am, I can tell you this, that because this is a contract city, you share through the sheriff's department, you have one of the best resources you can have in the city. At any given time, we can have 20 to 50 cars here at any time for an emergency. Because you have that access, because we're contract cities where we have mutual aid with the other cities that we contract with. Like you have Rosemead, you have Duarte, you have South Amani. Those are all Temple City's district, the South Pasadena. So if there's an emergency, a major emergency, we can deploy a lot of resources here. We get the helicopter and everything else. But you do have the resources that you need. It's just that you remember that there's tons of calls that come in a day. And some of the calls that we have a policy that we have to have 2 to 3 of us there at one given time because of the safety. That's why sometimes you'll see the delay in calls, but we will get to it. I mean, if there's an emergency call, we will still get to it because our sister cars will come out and help us out as well. So the service that you get is one of the best by the Sheriff's Department. Again, time-wise, you have to understand the call volume that we have. It's all time. And sometimes, you know, it could be quiet all day. And then that knock on that wood, we just get that call where we don't know where all these calls came from. Everything just came out at one time. So you do have this coverage that you need. It's just that you have to remember the response time that we have is because depending on the call ahead of you that had. Because if there's a big emergent call, it ties up a lot of resources. And even the resources from other cities that come and help, they're tied up as well. But we will get to every single call. I can guarantee you that we will go to every single call that's given to us. So you rest assured that you do have the greatest, in my opinion, the department to have as your law enforcement. Yes, ma'am.
You mentioned earlier about the other resources. You talked about the Humane Society and you specifically said the coyotes. Will the Humane Society come out here for a coyote?
No, because they are natural to the community. Unless it's attacking or something else, that's the only time that they will actually come out. Because they're just roaming around their neighborhood like it was theirs before us. So again, that's a hard part. The coyote has to be doing something that's hurting something else or violent or aggressive that they will come out. They will actually call us out as well to kind of get there because we'll get there first. But coyotes or any animal, just like we have Duarte, we have bears all the time.
Yeah.
The bear comes down all the time. We can't really do anything because we're in their natural habitat. But again, they have to bring it to another level for us to come out. Sure, yes.
Should we be deleting our information from Zillow? In other words, a floor plan of our house to help the burglars?
With that right now, Zillow and everything are very good right now. If you don't have an account with them, they will not actually send the photos of your home anymore. So if you don't have an account, yes, it's blocked. A lot of the homes are actually blocked now. Unless you have an account with them, they will open it up for you. Because Jerry is talking about residential burglaries, so criminals can just put in your address and get your floor plan to your home. Again, that's Zillow and all the real estate. But remember, we have modernized so much that everything's out in the web. Pretty much all of our information, if one of us gets your name, can pretty much tell all your information there already. So yes, sure, it is. But Zillow has actually a lot of homes that are actually blocked off now.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question about fire. I don't know if this is the question for you, but it seems like every year now we have wildfire and it's uncontrollable. Last year we didn't even have water to fight the fire. And I want to know if we have created like break area so the fire will not just become so uncontrollable. And do we have water to fight the fire now, or what's the situation this year?
Ma'am, this is kind of you're okay in the Temple City because we don't have a lot of big brush. We're not in the mountain area, so I can't contest to that. I have no idea. That would be a fire issue that you would work. But I don't think we'd have that issue as overgrowth of trees and stuff because we're actually more of a residential home. We're not in an area where we're side of the mountains or anything else, so we don't have to worry about that too much.
But last year we even got an alarm that we needed to evacuate.
No, that was that alarm was
turned out to be false alarm, but it was getting closer and closer to us.
Yes, that was in fact. I was at the desk when all those calls came out, and we were like, "What happened?" And again, that person who sent that alert to everyone's phone on that thing, I believe they did get in trouble. Again, know the information that's given to you. If you lived in the area and you didn't see it, you're kind of like question it. Call someone to verify it. You can always call someone to verify it. It's just not something that you get an alert and, oh, is this true? It was a mistake. And I was literally at the desk when that happened, and that 911 board went crazy. We had every single phone calling, and you couldn't answer it fast enough. As you hang up, that phone will ring again. Just be aware of where you're at. You should be able to know that it was too far away for us to catch here, but be aware.
So earlier when I talked about emergency preparedness, know your surrounding areas, know what your hazards are. Do you live near a power plant? Do you live near fuel, just you have to know what your hazards are. If you don't live near any of that, then you just have to make sure you don't overload your own electricity. Don't octopus your outputs and outlets and stuff like that, where you're overusing your juice and causing a house fire that way. So in general, in the Temple City area, single-family home fires are probably more probable than those wildfires that run all the way through the community. You're thinking of Altadena, but they were right at the foothills. So that fire just went through, right? We're far enough from the foothills. What we have to worry about is flooding and wind. We did have flooding one year. I just remember, some of you probably remember watching this on the news. There was some flooding through the wash because somebody's trash can got washed down and it blocked the drainage, and that whole area down by Rose Glen flooded. That we have to people who live down there probably have to worry about flooding, but we have to worry about wind. So I wouldn't really say wildfires is something that we should be too concerned about. You should be more concerned about single family or multiple family structure fires. And those are generally either accident or intentional.
Again, with that, how you got that alert, if you were on the Temple City alert TC, the city would have sent you that alert to confirm it. So if you had that alert first, and then now you had that second one from Temple City, that would be your key that, hey, let me look into this a little more. Because Temple City is going to have only things that happen in Temple City and the surrounding area. So if you had that first and the second one, that's when you should be a little alert and double check a little more. Okay. If we don't have any further questions, to move it along. Oh, last one. Yes, sir.
Scam phone. That's what you say. Is there something you could prevent that from going to these?
Don't answer it. If it's a number that you do not know, don't answer it. And if they're telling you something that doesn't sound right, like, hey, I need your information. It's, for example, the bank says, hey, I need your account number. Don't they know your account number if the bank's calling you?
No, they ask my age.
Again, those are all the things that you should not be giving. Date of birth, your account numbers. They already know all that information. That's why when you get that scam, hang up, call the bank that said, hey, did you guys just call me and someone tried to call me and say, hey, they're asking for this information. Again, verify, because if it is, when you call the bank, they'll say, yeah, that was us. Then now you have a little reassurance that, okay, that wasn't a scam and why you were calling me. But if it's a scam, if it sounds too good to be true, it's a scam. 100%. If it's too good to be true,
there's no way to avoid a scam number there.
You know what? You can go to your phone company and tell them that this is a scam, block you off, all these things. But eventually, it still comes back because they have so many different ones.
No, but the question is there any law enforcement department that's looking?
It's not a crime. It's not a crime.
It's not a crime yet, but it's.
That's very.
So, sir, the best way, they're coming from call centers, not within. They're coming from out of country call centers. Best way, if it's important, so first off, if you don't recognize the number, it's not in your contacts, hang up. If it's important and someone is trying to contact you, they're going to leave a voicemail. And if it sounds like it's someone you know, you can call them back. If it doesn't, don't call them back, okay? That's the best way. We're going to do the raffle right now, and us three, we are still going to be here, and we'll still answer a one-on-one questions if you guys do have any, okay?
So we have prizes courtesy of the city and courtesy of Mr. Jerry Jambazian Wonder Cleaners. A lot of good prizes from Jerry. Some of you already have won them from years before. If you didn't win, Fernando, you're going to do. Blame Fernando.
What are we ruffling first?
Whistle.
Whistle.
Yeah. First winner is a whistle. The last three.
All right, last three numbers of 774. 774.
All right. Thank you.
Don't give it to your kids because then they'll blow it all day long at you.
It's in my purse.
But people don't realize
Next one, we'll raffle off a little mini.
the most important thing to have.
But when I next number is 790.
I have this.
790.
In the back. Hey, oh, wait.
I thought whistle.
No, they decided to change it up.
Sorry, yeah, that. And next one, whistle.
Another whistle. We're looking for 777. 777.
Right for us. Oh, do you want a slot for a first aid kit? Sure. Okay.
I have a whistle.
You know, I have multiple whistles. I have one on
too.
every keychain.
I have 2 of them.
Thank
I
you.
ordered very well.
Okay, so we'll do the whistle again.
Next one is 785.
Woohoo!
Go.
All right. We'll do the first aid kit. And these are used, you can put these in your purses. They're kind of, handy.
Next one is 799. 799. There you
There you
go.
go. Take your ticket. Congratulations. All right. Another first aid kit.
Another first aid for 770.
Right in the front. All right. Last first aid kit.
Looking for 791.
I think most people are going to win prizes today. We got a lot of prizes, thanks to Jerry. Next is a really cool light. I'm not going to blind anybody, but you can hang this. It has a hook on the back. You can use it as a flashlight. It's a really neat thing. Put it in your emergency kit.
All right, next one is 773.
Yay! Let's see who the next lucky winner is.
All right, I'm looking for 776.
Okay, I can use it. There you go. Thank you. Did you donate that?
771.
Yay!
I have one at home.
All right, and next, also courtesy of Mr. Jambazian.
Plus, I like them around the house.
Really neat. These are lights that you can.
I've got that too, but I bought those pamphlets.
I think you can just tape. Yeah, they have Velcro. You can tape this on the wall, so it pretty much you don't need wires. It doesn't have to be hardwired.
Yeah, those are great.
For the light switch, it's 781.
Thank you.
Another one of those?
Yep, got another one of those.
All right, for the second one, it's going to be 795.
That's you.
All right. And next we have gift cards to Fika Fika, courtesy of the city. Yeah.
Gift card 775.
Support your local business.
I'm happy with this.
Another gift card for 782.
Right here.
All right. All right, what's next? 796.
Yay!
All right, the next one is for 798.
Oh, yay!
Right here up front. Next winner is 779. How many do we got, Louis?
Two more.
Two more.
Oh, we got other prizes.
And 794.
Right. Last gift card.
All right, last card is for 780.
780.
780.
780?
Yes.
Okay. And next we have this really neat portable floating. Again, this is an emergency light. It should go into your emergency kit, either your home kit, the shelter at home kit, or your car kit.
All right, lucky winner is 786.
Nice. And next we have a high visibility vest courtesy of Wonder Cleaners. Oh, that flashlight is also courtesy of Jerry. High vis jacket is really good for when you take, when you go walking at night, or it could be in your emergency kit because it makes you very visible.
Like you said, we always talk about safety, right? This is one of the safety things. When you're walking around at night, which most of you probably walk around at night, right? A lot of people wear dark clothing.
Yeah.
Wear reflective.
Yes.
So that people can see. Remember, we're always saying make it visible so you can see. Yes.
All right, so the vest is going to 800.
Oh, it's over there. There are 4 of them.
The whole family got prizes. 3 more prizes.
Flags?
Flags courtesy of Mr. Jerry Jambazian. July 4th is almost around the corner. If you don't have a flag, there's one for you.
All right, the first flag is for 778.
Yay!
Thank you.
Down here. Oh, second flag is for 787.
Oh, yay! And the last but not least of the day, for those of you who didn't win, go get lottery tickets.
All right, the last prize is for 788.
Oh,
Yay! All right.
Yeah, we want to
Thank
thank every one of
folks.
you for coming out today to support this program. So, if you have any questions, we have our deputy here to help out with any other questions.